Yes. I love it. I love it. Backwards. And I'm not going to talk about what I'm loving because I don't want to get in trouble, but at least I'm playing it. Now, on a side note, I would love it if we could play Love Walked In. That would be a great song to play if the band would give us permission. So Thunder, get us permission. I'm Southside Steve. That is Brett Barney, my co-host, and we have a special guest on tonight. She is a radio personality. She actually went to high school, grew up here, went to college in Georgia, did radio on 3 different stations, interning on Q100, Star 94, as well as working for Kicks as an air personality. We'll introduce her in just a second. Before then, I just want to ask you, Brett, what is going on the Yeah Come On show, brought to you by Oxygen Financial, Circle 285, and Ridgeline Counseling?
So there's a lot going on. We do have our phone number, which is 678-693-2269. Again, that's 678-693-2269 or 678-6. Thank you. 678-6. Yeah, boy. And you can always text us, call us, leave a voicemail. They will be used on air as we've discussed. And by the way, I do think this week it's our first female radio personality we've ever had on. We've had hairdressers, we've had tantric, whatever it was called.
Tantric chick. We've had television. We've had Channel 5.
Yeah, but we have not had a female radio host on with us. We also have Yeah Come On show at gmail.com. Again, Yeah Come On show at gmail.com. I will say one of my favorite texts that we got, and I think I need to let the listeners, or the come oners, excuse me, get in on this one. We got this one that said 15% off a foot long with code 15 off in app at Subway. My favorite text of the week. So I think we should all abuse this and get 15% off a foot long from Subway. If they're willing to text the Yeah Come On show line, they're willing to give every come oner 15% off a foot long. You do have to eat a sub that was made with what do they use in the bread? Isn't it like a sponge or something? They got.
I don't know, but it tastes good. Subway, whatever you're
Subway
doing,
sucks.
I dig it.
Sorry.
Huh?
Subway's a sponsor. I love Subway.
Yeah, I love Subway too. Yeah, so eat the bread. Eat it all.
Dude, pub subs.
Well, I do the pub subs too. I'm not shameless about my subs. I'll sub just about anybody.
Well, I will say we did have.
Meaning I eat subs anywhere.
No, you got to be a little bit picky. First off, it's Publix, and then you can then you start dabbling your Jimmy John's or
my wife is a Jimmy John's girl.
Dude, Jimmy John's so good, man. That turkey tom all day. I did want to mention this. We did have a comment, and it came from Caden Pike. Brett, I'll be at your wedding as long as Southside shows up. Buying a house right now, and my girlfriend will be pissed AF, but I love y'all. Wait,
that's cool. Is it somebody you know? Are you inviting her already? And she said she won't come unless I come, or is this somebody that wants to come to your wedding?
I don't know, but I know you have a +1. So if Amanda can't make it, maybe you can take a come oner.
I'm not afraid to do that. Okay. Well, we'll talk about it.
So much trouble. We'll have to talk about that off air, but that is actually a funny idea if we did invite somebody.
Yeah. And I'll make a toast. I'm Southside Steve. I want everybody to know I do the Yeah Come On show with Brett. Yeah, come on, Brett. And this is the come oner. I haven't, but you know what I mean. She's with me. And then that'll be on your wedding video, and you'll love me for that.
And that's why I'm not going to have a videographer. I'm just going to do photos because I've ruined wedding videos from being too intoxicated.
I love you, Brett. I love you, Brett. Yeah, I hear you. That's smart. Take the pictures. That's true.
Well, that's it for right now. If you want to hit us up, Steve, you take it away from here, baby.
All right, listen. Meet our special guest. On the couch, looking lovely, Allie Mack. Let's get into you in a verbal sense. I just want to say that. Yeah, I'd like to get into you, you as a whole, as a person. Get into you. That's what I mean. So first off, before I even ask questions, is that a man or a woman on the couch with you?
This is, he just jumped down, but that is Teddy, my Chihuahua Beagle that was on the couch with me. He's now getting camera shy.
Okay. And it's a dude, right?
Yes, he's a dude. He has a bow tie on. That's why he looks like a girl.
question for Allie Mack, radio personality in Atlanta for many years. Is there a dude in your life right now, or is bouncing around causing grief with your love life?
Southside, I'm always single.
You know what? And that's cool. That's cool. You know what? I want to believe you're very, very picky, and you're looking for the right kind of guy. There's no doubt guys are going to hit on you. That's a fact. When you were here in Atlanta radio, let's go over real quick those that don't know Allie Mack. She wasn't on the rock side of things. She was on the country side of things. You were on Kicks at the time, which is now called New Country 105 and 1015. Excuse me. I don't get fired for that because I don't work for them. But you did middays, if I'm correct, for us, and then you went on and did mornings with Cadillac, correct?
Yeah, that's my history there.
And what years were those?
So I started in 2016. I think it was towards the end of 2017 that I bumped up to mornings.
All right, and you did mornings for what, 6 months, a year? I don't even know.
I think like 15 months, something like that. A little over.
It was I know it was a weird time frame. I'm like, what happened to Allie Mack? Why'd Allie Mack go? Where'd Allie Mack go? And then you left and went to another radio station, correct?
Yeah, I went down to Jacksonville for a minute, and I worked for a soft AC station, which was great. Got to play Duran Duran, Eddie Money, all that good stuff. So that was fun.
Love some Duran Duran. Hungry like a wolf.
Yes.
Well, I told you there were things that we would talk about on this show, and the main thing we talk about is penises. So I hope you're comfortable with that. And
wow, that's a really loaded question.
Well. Oh, jeez. I just like to make Allie laugh because she's a good girl. She's not a bad girl. She's a good girl. And I have to ask right now, not even seeing your toes, it's been a pandemic, but are you still painting your toes electric blue?
They're black right now.
Ooh, you're in a weird place. You're mysterious. Because normally you're electric blue. And if you're painting them black, what's up? Are you going out to fine dining restaurants? You open toeing it? What's going on?
It's more about bruised toes and toenails. Cover it up a little bit. I can't believe you remember I was wearing blue nail polish, though.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That was the best thing about the country station. I love Dallas to death, but she's got some long-ass toes. Yours were cuter.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. This will get back to Dallas, but you know what? So what? No, I didn't know where your career started, though. I know when you came to Atlanta, nor do I know how old you. I don't know if you were, young or when you got into the business even.
Well, I got into the business, I think I was an intern for Q100 in like 2004 as a promotions intern.
Okay.
Handed out stickers, did that whole thing. And then I got an on-air job at my college local station, Z97. So when I then interned at Star 94 in Atlanta after I graduated and someone got fired in radio, I had the most on-air experience. I know, it never happens.
Right.
When someone got fired in radio, I got to step in and be the traffic reporter for Star 94, slipped into news a little bit here and there, and eventually kind of bugged the PD enough to let me on air on weekends and up to nights. Then I moved to Vero Beach to do a morning show. I went to WABB in Mobile, Alabama for a while to do a morning show. And it was 2016 when Kicks called and was like, all right, time to come back to Atlanta.
And Atlanta sounds like, so Atlanta's home for you.
Yeah, I went to Duluth High School.
Oh my God, you're one of us. Lord have mercy.
Yes.
Were you born in Georgia or your parents just moved here?
Moved here. I mean, pretty much. We moved a lot when I was younger. But then once we got to Atlanta, my parents were like, done, sold, we're not going again.
Well, your father on the run or military or just?
CIA.
I knew it. She said it with a straight face. She had me. I was like, holy shit. Her dad's in the CIA. Damn.
Yeah, so be nice.
I know. I believe it. So he is in the CIA. Oh, my God. I salute your father. What a badass. Oh, my God. That's great. I was watching some crazy special today. I don't know why I find myself.
Wait. Are we serious? Was he really in the CIA or was he a dog groomer?
No, dude, don't say, oh, damn, I was with it. All right, then I won't give my Secret Service story. I was watching some show on Secret Service and what they go through when a president lands. I'm like, oh, my God. I don't know why I was watching. It was on the History Channel. I find these things, or they find me. One
What
or
are
the
you,
other.
Tony Soprano now?
I don't know. No, dude. I just like to watch. Dude, I watch anything I can get other than children's cartoons. I know everything there is to know about children's cartoons. Yeah, Allie, I've been having babies since you left.
I know. Well, Brooks and I have the same birthday.
You also were born on May 4th?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. Was your dad, I'm trying to think of the time frame. Was your father pressured? Was Star Wars around? Was May the 4th be with you around then?
The pressure was not there because the internet didn't turn my birthday into an absolute joke at that time.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for you and my son. It sucks.
It's terrible.
You wouldn't believe the pressure from the Star Wars fans. You've got to, I'm like, look at the names of these characters. I'm not naming my son Obi-Wan, Darth Vader, Darth. You know, the only thing I could go with is Luke, and that was actually on the short list. He was almost Luke, and had we chosen that, I'd have been off the hook. But we went with a family name, and now, you know, Brooks will catch hell for the rest of his life on May the 4th be with you. But I did not know that you were born on that. So now I will never forget your birthday. I have no idea when Brett was born, but I know when you were born. I got it.
I
Did you know
it's
Brett's
special?
Did you know Brett's getting married? He met his wife like 8 months ago, and they're getting married in 3 months. How crazy is that?
Well, I'm sure you saw the other day, they said anyone that got quarantined together like during the pandemic, it rushed the relationship by 4 years. 1 year equals 4 years.
I did not hear that. That is awesome. Brett, that's what happened to you, man.
And I didn't take her to Germany.
No, well, Brett takes girls to overseas with his mother. She tags along to put the pieces back together because Brett likes to break up overseas. So he takes you to a foreign country, and on the last day he ends it, and you end up flying back next to his mother, who consoles you, and then Brett gets his bag and goes home alone.
When did this happen?
Brett's
Like
an
2
international
years
dick.
ago.
He's a dick. He's an international dick.
That's awful, Brett. You couldn't just wait?
No, hell no. He doesn't care. He
No.
doesn't care.
When you know, you know. Isn't that the saying?
Yeah, I've broken up with two girls on. I will say I've broken up with 2 girls on vacation, and had to fly back with them. That's always interesting.
Allie,
But-
have you ever been dumped on vacation? As I almost knocked my
Yeah.
laptop over.
No, not on vacation. I mean, I dumped a guy on his birthday. And it was the first time we had seen each other since he came back from study abroad. So I should have done it while he was over there, but I thought that was worse than waiting. I thought over the phone would be worse than waiting to dump him on the first time I saw him, which happened to be his birthday.
So you met him at the airport, or he was already home and you went over to see him?
We met, I think it was at an Outback Steakhouse.
Who
This is
does
classy.
Who does that?
I paid for the whole thing.
Look, I know we're enjoying this blooming onion, but I got to talk to you. Look, it's just not. You're not. It's over. But dinner's on me. Do you mind catching the tip?
Terrible. That's probably the meanest thing I've done.
How
As
did
far
he
as
take
breakups.
it? Did he cry? Tell me
Oh
he's
my
not a
God.
crier.
No, he didn't cry, but he's made me an easy person to break up with because it was so awkward because he just kept saying, no, let's keep trying. No, I just got back. No. And so now whenever someone's like, I don't think this is working out, I'm like, cool, I'm out because I don't ever want to be that person. That makes it that awkward.
Yeah, you don't want to be the beggar. Let's give it a chance. Please, you know what? Let's go to counseling. That's what we did.
Wait, when in the meal did this happen? Was it at the beginning of the meal, like the appetizer? Was it at the side at the salad? Was it at the entree? Dessert? Was it cut after you wrote the tip down?
I'd have got it out of the way during the salad so you didn't have to buy a mistake. Personally, I just would like, let's just, because you probably would eat just a salad. So you're like, let's just have some roughage and break up. That's it.
No, I think I waited till at least he had ordered like a little birthday like dessert or something so that,
Hey, let's
at
make a
least-
wish. You find a new girl.
She didn't want him to like stick her with a surf and turf and all that. I was thinking, man, you should have gone to like Olive Garden, been like endless breadsticks and salad or soup and salad. See ya.
I'd have broke up with him.
That's what I would have
swear
done.
I would have done it in a Crystal drive-through. I'd have been like, you know what? I'll Uber home. Take care. or call a cab. Who cares? But I would get out of his car, then leave him, just walk away.
I also want to point out this was probably a decade ago if he was coming home, or over a decade ago if he was coming home from study abroad. This was a much younger version of myself.
Okay, cool. Now, what is going on in your social life now? That's what I want to hear about. What's up? I would think in radio you'd have done well with dudes, like, meeting guys out, promotion.
Okay, radio does the opposite thing, in my opinion, for girls that it does for guys. Like,
really?
Yes, I think you're on the radio and girls are like, oh my God, this is amazing. And they eat it up. And it's kind of reversed with me, at least. Like, it's cute at first, but they don't like it after a moment.
What don't they like about it? Are you pretty open with what's going on in your life when you're on air?
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty open about it. And so they don't like that, obviously. They don't like, or if that exclusive talk hasn't happened and I go on air and I talk about a different date I went on, I will never hear from the other person again. There's just weird situations that happen. Like one year for my birthday, I went out and my friends are in radio. So I had a radio friend show up, and the guy that I was dating, obviously not as loud and as boisterous as this other person in radio. So they just can't hang. And I was told like the next day, like, please don't invite your radio friends anywhere. And I'm like, that's not going to happen.
Sorry.
Yeah, I just think there's a weird dynamic.
Yeah, you need an outgoing guy. Do you need to be the center of attention in the relationship, or are you okay with that? In other words, you can share the spotlight. Are you looking for somebody that has, a big personality? Therefore, if he gets around any of your friends, he's either equal or, maybe a hair under.
I mean, I'm okay with not being the center of attention. But I think, Steve, you're probably a little bit more quick-witted than everyone in the room. When you're out being social. And
especially if I'm drinking, I'm way quicker. I should drink every morning, but I don't. I do it sober, but I think I'm faster on a cocktail or two. Yeah.
Right. So you end up just kind of drawing in that energy when you're not even really trying to. But it's not a must for me. I don't mean to, but it just kind of happens.
Yeah, I mean, that's a shame. By the way, I also want to compliment your legs and your butt too. I don't want to just talk about your toes. So
yeah, they're fabulous as well.
See? That's how you do it, guys. That's how you do it. You say something you just feel like you can't say, and you just do it because Allie's cool. So right now, is there anything you have to promote that's going on in your life? Because that's part of what we do on the show. Are you looking to maybe even get back in radio? Is that an option?
Radio is always like the love of my life. So yeah, eventually maybe I'll jump back in radio. I was doing daily videos for a while there. I think I'm going to jump back into those. I'm just kind of taking a break for a minute because I just moved back to Atlanta. So I'm still setting up my place. It looks like this is nice and all put together right now, but there are boxes to the left and right of me. So I'm taking a minute, but just follow my socials at Allie Mac Radio, and I'll continue to put content up. In time, I'll make videos again.
All right, Allie Mac, and you don't spell it A-L-L-E-Y. It's A-L what? L-I?
A-L-I, like Prince Ali or Muhammad.
So it's A-L-I, Mac, M-A-C, and then radio?
Correct.
Just want to make sure people got it, Brett. Don't snicker, okay? I don't want anybody going with H-L-L-E-Y and not finding Allie, okay? I knew she spelled it a little different. Just like a lot of people don't know Brett spells his name B-R-A-T, Brat, but he calls himself Brett.
No, it made me laugh because she was like, like Prince Ali or something like that. And so like I go to a bar and I put my card behind the bar, or I pay for something. What's the tab? Barney, like the dinosaur. I always say that. Barney, like Rubble. Barney, like Fife. It's funny to me when somebody else has a quick reference to how to spell or pronounce their name or find their name. And I don't think you actually do. Because you're like, it's Steve.
No, I sat Rickman. People get Richmond for years. They would spell it with an H. I'm like, Rick Man. That's how I said it. So I have to do the breakdown. Rick Man, M-A-N. That's how I do it. So I get Rick Mon every once in a while, M-O-N. So I'm like, whatever. But yeah, my name's not that funky. Southside, that's easy. Some people call me just that. My wife doesn't. I have had girls in the past call me just Southside that I dated for a while. That was always weird. I'm like, don't call me that. I'm Steve. Don't call me in the radio name.
When you get in trouble, like, so that's one thing I've gotten when you're in an argument or something, you're like, okay, Allie Mac. Do you ever get that? It was like, okay, Southside.
Not from my wife, but from other people. Yeah. People have said that. Or like, or like there might be a dude I'm playing golf with. Oh, Southside's here. I'm like, shut up. Yeah. Now I'm going to kick your ass now. She said that. That's right. And the cart girl's going to want me because that's what I do. Not anymore. Not anymore. Not anymore. I took one cart girl to a foreign country. I'd only known her for 3 weeks. I was like, you want to come? She's like, yeah. That's how horrible I was. But I'm not horrible anymore. But Allie, had I not been married or engaged, what's up?
See, but I've tried the radio guy thing too, and that doesn't work either. It's cool for a minute because I kind of get all of it. But like, I know the BS, like I just gave you a shout out. Like, I know all that stuff.
Now that's the guy that's weekends that just worked his way up to nights. You know who that guy is. We have that guy. Every radio station has that guy that'd be like, hey babe, just give you a shout out. Hey, you want to come up to the studio? I'm way past that. Way past that. You would tell me, quit talking about my mother. I'm like, but she has big breasts. What do you want me to do? I saw. That's but it was so you would be like, shut it for that reason. But I wouldn't try to get points with you for saying, mention your name. I don't know if you were listening or not. I'm sure you get a bunch of calls from your girlfriends. I'm sure everybody heard it. Yeah, I know that dude. That dude's a toolbox in radio. Yeah. And I don't think I was ever that guy. I might have been my first year at 96 Rock, just because every dude I went to high school with was like blown away. I was on the station and was calling in, and I was sending out, I mean, every other break was like, this goes out to my buddy Jeff Kinsler. This is the Scorpions, Love at First Tee. I had to mention all their names. They said, see my first and last name. I'm like, my God. So I did it for them so they would get laid, but not for me. Not for me. So I just can't believe you're not working, but I'm glad you're back here. You just moved back, taking a break. That's fantastic. I think that our station, our company, you went out on good terms, didn't you, with Cumulus?
I did. You
were nice. You didn't tell everybody to F yourself. You just lost Allie Mac. F you. Woo! Yeah.
All that came out of me that day. Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Guess whose ratings are going down?
Oh my gosh. I mean, who does that kind of stuff? Does that stuff really happen?
Yeah, there's dudes that do it, but not me. I'm always like, obviously you don't understand what you have right now. When you realize I am available, unless I've gone somewhere else. I just want to let you know, but I've only been fired one time. I didn't see it coming either. I was doing afternoons for 96 Rock, and I don't even know, did you fire or get quit? Or did they just let you go saying we're making a change?
It was, my contract was not re-signed. My contract was, they didn't redo it. So it wasn't any of it. Right. That's I wasn't fired. I wasn't,
fired.
Right.
No, you're not fired. That means they renewed the contract. They were trying to do something different. And whatever that was, I guess it didn't work. A lot of us aren't in control of much, but you want to believe that at the end of the day, you want to win in ratings and you want to bring revenue in. And I know other people's butts are on the line, and, you just try to do your best. I will tell you, radio's tough right now. It's tough just because of where we are, having to do stuff, and the things I'm great at, being, holding the hand of a client, going out, doing remotes, promotions, being with the listeners, and not being able to do that is just bizarro for me. So I want to see the world turn around. I want to get back in the studio, and I want to do the things that I'm good at. But working in my basement, it's cool, it's convenient, but I do think there's some people that this is perfect for. Some people are excelling in this because they don't like being at the radio station. They don't like being around people. And I'm not one of those. I want to see them. So I don't know which way you would like it or not, but I can tell you, were you working out of your basement or your apartment before you left radio?
I was quarantined. So the very first case of COVID was in the apartment complex I was living in Jacksonville. So in Jacksonville, that was the first place it was. Right. So they're like, we don't know enough about this. You go home and you stay there. And so I worked from home for like 3 months, eventually went back into the studio. But, Cox was very, very good about taking care of everyone, making sure it was really safe. We had one-way hallways, masks. They provided masks in every single room, gloves, sanitation everywhere. So it was great to get back in the studio, much easier than having to like record stuff, send it in, record stuff, send it in. But, you know, you were also still isolated when you were there, because I was a one-person morning show. So you're not supposed to like talk to anyone really in the hallway. If you do, you got to write down your contact tracing log just in case something happens.
Oh,
So it was, yeah, it was still pretty
yeah.
isolating even when you were in the office, but it was all out of safety and abundance of caution, right? So I appreciated that, but it was still lonely.
Oh, that's way lonely. Did you have like at least a traffic person? There was nobody on your show but you?
No, just me.
Tell me the show was at least called Allie Mack in the Morning or something.
Of course my name was on it. And it did really well.
Awesome. Awesome. You're upbeat. If you're reading the news and stuff, I always thought you were an up-tempo air personality and energetic. There are some girls in radio that they just start talking, and after about 20 seconds, it's like, you know, and there's some guys that do the same thing. If a guy's got a really rough voice, that gets on my nerves, even though some people like it. But regardless, you know, I don't know what anybody thinks about my voice. I know I have a Southern accent. You can barely pick up on it. I know that, just barely. But it's fresh. It's quick. It's very understandable. And I think you got a good girl voice on radio. I think Lindsay, our midday girl, does too. So I think,
she's got a bad girl voice.
Well,
That's all I was thinking was like, this is a good girl voice, then what's a bad girl voice?
What's bad girl voice?
you never know. I think, Brett, believe it or not, I like your voice on the radio too.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
Wow. I dig that. You know what? You got to have confidence. You
Always.
do. And so, no, I mean, we all love the companies. I mean, I love Cumulus has been so great to me. So, you know, just working in the basement is it's just something I'm having to do right now. But, you know, so from what I hear, there's a shot on the table that we'll be back in summertime. So,
Cool. That's
that'll
good.
be good. Yeah. So I'll let everybody know Allie Mack's back. Hopefully the boxes are unpacked and she's available. I don't know what you're doing for money right now. You're not prostituting or doing anything weird, are you? Just tell me.
Money's good. We're good.
Steve, OnlyFans. It's an OnlyFans world. All right.
I'm starting to wonder. We got people that work for us that are doing that and making more money doing that than they are working with us. And I've been, you know, I thought about going on and talking about dating tips. You know, I'm not there to pick up anybody or, you know, get used and abused, but helping dudes. I wonder if that'd be successful. Because from what I hear, you can make some extra flow, nice flow doing that.
You know, what would be a real moneymaker is if you're like a man translator for women. Because you know all the tricks, the games, the signs of what's going on, and women will pay for that advice.
Yeah, it's a movie called Hitch.
Okay.
Sorry, guys, not an original idea. Had to knock that one down fast.
Well, but it's Southside's advice.
It's mine, dude. It's Southern. It's not New York. Okay. It's here. Where was that done? I don't even know where the movie Hitch took. It was New York. It was New York. Yeah. I might say yes. Cause they did the little whole, what they got on, what are the,
they went to the Statue of Liberty?
Statue of Liberty on jet skis. Yeah. I love that movie. It's a good movie, but you're right. If I could help, like I would have told Brett's girlfriend not to go to Germany. I could tell you right now, he's setting you up for a fall. I could have done that. I would have sensed that. Although I think Brett's marriage is going to work because like you said, 4 years, 1 year equals 4. And that's exactly what happened to you. How long have you been dating her? Let's get on you for a second, Brett.
Oh, great. Like a year and a half?
And you're getting married. I can't say anything to that. I was with my wife for a year when I asked. I believe in 4 seasons. You have to see what they're like Christmas. You have to see what they're like in the summer, you know, the spring, the fall. You just got to be at Thanksgiving, be around the family, do the 4 seasons, and then you're good.
I absolutely lied. I think when we're getting married is like our 17-month anniversary. She figured that out and told me. So
all right, that's quick. That's quicker than me. I got married.
But you didn't have the 4-year pandemic rule.
I didn't. Yeah, I would have told you that would have broke us up because I know how fragile my marriage is right now. So that would not have worked. Getting stuck in the house with me ain't good for nobody that actually has morals or likes following the rules, because I don't follow the rules. I break every rule with my children, and it pisses my wife off constantly. Like he has a clock that's going to turn green. When it turns green, that's when he's allowed to get out of bed. And it turns green about 7:17, a weird time, maybe 7:19. So this morning he's up at like 7:09, and I'm coming up just because I heard my wife moving around, and I was just going to say hello to our 7-month-old. And I hear him, so I just go in there and I lay with him. She's like, "What are you doing in here?" I'm like, "What? It's like 10 after 7. She's like, "The clock hasn't turned green. We're trying to teach him to stay in the bed, and you're in here." And then she just walks off, and I'm like, "Okay, that's a good way to start my day. Damn it." I don't know who was wrong there. What do y'all think? I need a weigh in because I haven't talked to anybody.
I want to know how Allie would punish you for this. I'm thinking maybe take you to Outback.
Wonderful.
Am I wrong, Allie? Am I breaking rules? Because I guess I do that kind of stuff every day, and she's trying to do the right thing, and I'm breaking. I don't need to be like psychoanalyzed. I'm just saying that those are our only issues. I'm just curious from a girl's perspective.
I think you try to do the best you can. Nobody has a guidebook. So she's trying to follow what she truly believes is right.
And what she's read, because I haven't read anything. She throws that in. Go ahead.
But sometimes I think, you do have to break the rules here and there. I don't know. No, but the good thing is nobody has malicious intent here. You thought you were doing the right thing. She thinks she's doing the right thing. And that's where you can find the common ground on this.
All right. I'll bring that. Thank you. I just got busted before doing this podcast for putting batteries in his Buzz Lightyear, but he wouldn't go to bed without it, and he wanted to talk to him, so I put batteries in it. My wife's like, "What are you downstairs? You're supposed to be getting him down. You have a podcast to do. What are you doing?" I'm like, "Well, he wanted batteries." You know what? You tell him no. You're the adult. Tell him no. I'm like, "But he loves me so much." So I'm putting... That's what I talk about now. I used to talk about getting laid. I used to talk about having fun. And for me, it's just like, the things now I talk about are children. It's funny. And I have a lot of adult things going on, but I'm just fascinated. Everybody else my age has been through this crap, and I'm going through it now. So it's weird. It's just weird. So that's me, Allie. But you know what? You look younger than I remember. And I think I look a touch older, and Brett looks hairier.
Thicker. So. Wider.
Thicker.
I gained my COVID-19.
What?
I gained my COVID-19, dude. It's like
so you gained 19 pounds and you gained hair?
Yeah.
I lost weight. Allie, did you lose weight, or are you a chunk below the camera?
No, I lost weight. I mean, that is one of the perks of the pandemic is, I have yoga pants on, but
you don't have to model. That's wrong.
I
won't
my God.
Look, see,
no.
This is the difference. You can talk to Allie this way, and you can talk to a comedian. Anybody else you offend. It was good to talk with somebody that has a sense of humor and doesn't take anything that serious. And that's kind of what you see in radio. And now I think a lot of podcasters, there's just a lot of people out there that just want to laugh, that realize that life's a bitch and we're going through a tough time. And a part of me is just like joking around, saying things that make other people, can't believe you said that. But you're not offending the individual you're talking to. So I appreciate your sense of humor and your energy. And I think that you're an air talent that should be hired sooner than later back here in Atlanta. So I'll say that for sure.
Sweet. I have Southside's endorsement.
You do. Believe it or not, my endorsement helped Brett get a job once.
It is true. I still have the job.
It did. I got a phone call from one person, then another person. I'm like, what's going on? They're like, Brett Barney, talk to me. I'm like, nah, the dude's solid, man. He's good. He's this. He's a great writer. He's this. He's that. He's a good old boy. He's never late. Maybe he's late now. He's a breaker-upper. He'll break girls' hearts.
If I show up 10 minutes late, I'll stay a half hour late. That's usually
that was my motto.
I'll stay late if I'm late in the morning.
I like that. I think that's fantastic. I think well done. Well, Allie, is there anything that you would love to add, or do you have any questions for Allie Brett before we unleash this beautiful girl back to her life?
I do have some questions.
Allie, this part, cannot protect you. It happens quick. It happens fast. And it's not always nice.
It's actually my life motto.
Mm-hmm.
It's on
Okay.
the Barney family crest. So, Allie, I do follow you on social media. Obviously, we all work together. You run a ton, and you post about your runs. Like, I think I saw one you ran to the Braves Stadium just to see how far it was from your house. Do you have like set races in your mind? Like, I want to do the Boston Marathon, or I want to do like just something ridiculous that's out there? Because it seems like you're a real long distance runner.
Yeah. So I have a goal to run a marathon on every continent, and I'm on a 3-year wait list for Antarctica right now. So I'm waiting to do that. I was supposed to run one in Dublin last year. My dad ran it like 35 years ago. So he was going to go and wait for me at the finish line. So I was going to retrace his steps, but COVID. So hopefully this year we can go and do that. But so I'm trying to knock those out.
Have you done the Boston yet?
No, I'm not fast. That's the thing. I'm not a fast runner at all, but I can run forever. Once I get going, I can go forever. It's great free therapy.
Wow, that's impressive. Just to ask, what are your marathon times? What are you running that?
My marathon was 5:12, not great. And then the half I did in December, I think I was at 2:17, maybe. I have about a 10-minute mile, and then it gets a little bit longer as the race goes on. So I'm not fast, but I go. I mean, I'm faster than anyone sitting on the couch.
No, you are. People don't realize I ran cross country, but that was a whole different thing, hauling ass for 3 miles. And, I was running 17s, and I could run the mile under 5 minutes. But then, you're on courses and stuff. But 6 miles, I was a 44, 45-minute guy, probably right around your age when I was really running for a 10K. But man, when you look at that many miles, that is tough. I have mad respect. And really, your time, I don't think I could touch that. I think I would be 12-minute miles all day long. And those last 5 or 6, you don't walk at all. You keep moving.
You got to keep moving. There's, you go through every single emotion that you have inside you. You have it. Like at mile probably 17, I was near tears. Like, why did I do this? I'm so stupid. But because it's like, oh my God, I still have like 9 miles. But somehow you find a way. You see, if you do like, charity runs are really great, especially when you're running like for breast cancer awareness or something, and you look up and you see someone with survivor written on their back, or if it's just, someone that's older than you in front of you. Like there was a guy in front of me, probably late 60s. And he was like, I've got at least 35 years on you. Get moving. Like when I started walking. So you always find little ways to keep going. And the support, I mean, Steve, you run. So, people holding up signs and stuff, it gets you going.
No, it does. Brett runs too. We've both run the Peachtree at the same time. And, it's just,
Love it.
I will always run the Peachtree. I don't know how many times. I started running it in like 1980. And I was like a freshman in high school. But, for me, I just have never done the half or the marathon. My wife does halves, and my mother-in-law does marathon. She's done Boston, and it's just mad respect. I didn't know that. Great question, Brett. That was great.
Well, okay, I think we kind of missed the boat here on one thing. How do you run Antarctica? I give running the Peachtree because that's really the only race I like to run. I drink while I do it. It's 4th of July. I'm dressed like a jackass. It's awesome. How do you run Antarctica? There's going to be no fans. You just said the sign. Are there fans?
Spectators can go. So they can only take like 100 runners every time they go, because it's such a pure area, and you have to like fully sanitize before you get on Antarctica. But you have to take a cruise ship over through the Drake Passage, and they send like a staff to go set up the race a few hours before you start. You go do the race, and then they take you off immediately, and then they collect everything to make sure everything's remaining pure and clean and all that good stuff. Yeah, cool. It's gonna be so fun. I can't wait.
That's awesome. Awesome.
So I used to date a girl that was a runner, and she would run halves, and she would be sitting there the night before breaking stuff down. I'm like, what are you doing? These are my bathroom breaks. I'm taking one here at miles. How do you do that in Antarctica? 1 and 2. What is your typical bathroom break schedule when you run a marathon?
I think I stopped at mile 7. I think there's a stop, like a station there. Cause with your first marathon, you're nervous. You don't know, like, do I need to keep hydrating? What am I doing? So I was just taking it every station I could. So I think I stopped at 7. The half marathons I've run, I haven't stopped for water or bathroom at all, which is probably not healthy. Don't take my advice. But I have no idea what's going to happen in Antarctica. Because that would be like snow pants. And that would be...
Wear a diaper. That's what you gotta
do. Dude, you would be so chafed.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You know what? Wear a diaper just in case. Well, yeah, it might chafe you. You're right.
Okay, I would be so chafed. I could not run in a diaper.
Your legs touch. Hers don't. Mine don't either.
You could get some like Body Glide or something. Put it on.
Yeah, get something that'll hold
Vaseline.
it in.
No, because I'm legit thinking because like you said, hydrate. I drink a bunch of pre-workout before I run the Peachtree, and I'll drink water. And I always stop right before Cardiac Hill. There's that Chevron right there on the left by like Whitehall Tavern and all that stuff. And they usually have bathrooms set up. So I'll just, and the lines take forever.
No, you run. You don't go. You don't go
I stop
potty.
for a 6-miler.
No, you don't stop for potty. You move it. You go. If you're hustling enough, you don't even need to go. You're basically you're burning off what you're drinking.
What about my body and my personality says hustle? To you.
Know.
I mean, how long have you known?
Point taken. What's your next question?
Oh, so you were talking about dating. Are you on dating apps?
Yes.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Is it actually like you, or do you catfish? Do you actually interact with them? Do you actually use it? Because I have friends that are on them, and they're like, yeah, I have one, but I don't really use it. Are you active?
Yeah, I was active. When I was in Jacksonville, I was pretty active on it. So I was trying to meet people. Since I've been back, like I have it set up for Atlanta now. I haven't really done much swiping on it. But I should probably. But yeah, I'm on them. And I've met the most people, like human people, off Hinge. Bumble, for some reason, still attracts kind of a weird crowd, but Hinge is the best dating app if anyone is looking.
Okay, good. How about that, Brett?
One of our listeners could stumble across you. I know that a lot of people were using dating apps during the pandemic. Were you single the entire pandemic, or have you been?
I did not start the pandemic single, but we're still in it, and now I'm single. So it was a long distance situation, and we did not get quarantined together. So that did not work out.
No, it's tough. I mean, you're also a girl that mad respect because you chase your dream. You're willing to move. You're willing to go places and do things. And, that's rock star. So, that comes with the territory. So, yeah, no worries there.
Well, I remember like the first time it occurred to me that this was probably going to be a pattern was in college. I was dating someone. I went to school in Milledgeville, like Georgia College. And there was a guy that I was dating, and I always talked about like, oh, I want to be on the radio, New York, LA, wherever, da, da, da. And he was like, I just want to live in Sparta, and I just want to have a family, and I don't think we should date anymore. And I was like, oh, I didn't know like ambition was a bad thing, but it is. You don't see too many, and there are some situations, but you don't see too many female radio personalities moving with a family. They're usually kind of solo.
No, you're right. This is the time. I would love to see you make it in Atlanta, because I think you love Atlanta and this is where you grew up. So that'd be excellent. But I respect you're willing to pick up and leave.
If you were Southside Steve, he would have turned this into the Mandemic and just gone haywire on dating apps. I don't want to know what Steve's number would be had there been dating apps in his prime.
Yeah, there weren't any. You're exactly right. I was just meeting people at bars and on promotions or just out. I was always out. I think home was just a place I was at 6-7 hours a day. That's it. I was definitely always out. And yeah, the apps, when I heard about the swiping thing, I was already dating my wife. So I missed the whole damn thing. So that would have been a trip.
You could have endorsed it.
Oh, I would have. I'd call myself Southside Swipe. I'd be like Swiper. No
Swipe
doubt.
side Steve.
Damn right. Swiping it.
So this is actually funny that you
double
said
swipe.
you said the endorsement thing. One of my favorite questions to ask people that have worked in radio and been on morning shows and whatnot. What's the best endorsement you've ever had?
Oh, I had an endorsement with, is that the best one? So it was like a skin spot and they would do everything.
Awesome.
Like facials and stuff, but it was all free. I'm trying to think if there's a better, well, I also did have a free car for a while. That was pretty cool. Maybe the free car.
Were you getting everything cleaned up? I mean, they were doing it all. Armpits, lasering things, doing all that stuff.
Oh yeah. All the skin stuff is taken care of. Great facials,
That's
all
good.
that good stuff. A little bit of Botox here and there.
Why not? I'm all about it. That's the one thing. I went to a Botox party and this guy was pricey. And I just kind of got lured into it and I hadn't done it in a while. And he lit me up, man. And he lit me up on the face and the bill. And I went, all right, cool, whatever. This is fine. And then all of a sudden we're in a pandemic. I'm like, damn it. I'm at home. Who am I trying to impress? So now I haven't done it. I got invited to one the other day. I'm like, no, I'm at home. I don't care. I don't care if I'm wrinkling. I mean, it's tough right now doing anything, but there's going to be a point, there's going to be a mad rush. And I think it's going to be like May, June, where people really start picking it up. Botox, tan, facials, everything as they're going back out into the world. That's what I think.
Plastic surgery is on the rise right now because you're covering your face with a mask. So everyone's getting it all done right now.
Yeah, that makes sense. Why not? Yeah.
I just grew a beard. It was much cheaper. Okay, so my last question for you. I always like to try and throw something really random into the situation. We saw your dogs on the couch, so I did try to write something based off of that. So here's the situation. You've been hired by an animal shelter. 3 animals come in. A dog, a cat, and a turtle. Name all 3 animals right now. and the reason for this question is I think all dogs and whatnot at shelters have the absolute worst names ever given to them when you look on their website. It's like, who would name a dog this?
Yeah.
Cheerio?
Menudo?
Nutella? It's like, what am I having for lunch today? Well, I'm going to have some. I fed my
Janella?
Yeah, they're
Janella.
awful names.
Why is your dog named
Cantaloupe?
Janella?
What was it? So
Cantaloupe.
what's your dog? What's your cat? What's your turtle? You walking
Okay.
in, the ball, it's in your court. You got to be fast. This is rapid fire. I'm going to keep going. What's the dog? What's the dog? What's the dog? What's the dog? Keep going. Go.
Dog,
go.
high sense.
What?
I'm looking at a TV box. High sense.
Okay, now what's the cat?
Cat. Creepy.
Okay, terrible name as well. What's the turtle?
Speedy.
That one makes sense.
Creepy cat, Speedy the turtle, and what the hell was the name of your dog?
High sense. HISENSE. It's the TV I bought from Costco.
All right, well, that's nice. I got mine there too. God bless you. But look, I think you got to go with something other than TV name. You got to have something. Roku.
Hisense didn't work for you. How about Samsung? Check out Panasonic.
Yeah. What are you thinking now?
Seal.
I like Roku though.
Seal.
That was funny.
Name the dog Seal.
Seal, especially if
Actually,
he's black.
I'm
That's
a firm believer in not naming animals after other animals. My brother has a dog named Bear. I'm like, that is so stupid. I get it was Bear Bryant, but you're naming a dog after another animal. Makes no sense.
Alabama fan can get away with it just because. By the way, I'm drinking out of my wife's Auburn cup. Hope you're not offended. Were you drinking during this, Allie? Usually we get drunk, but I'm trying to do better and not. So I drank water. Brett's having wine at his mama's house. I can tell it's your mama's house.
Baby.
Yeah. Nothing like doing radio with a dude at his mom's house. What the F?
I was not drinking. I have a half marathon next weekend at the Atlanta Motor Speedway. So I'm dry until I finish that.
Okay, so what are you doing there? We'll close out with that. That's fantastic. Local. I haven't heard about it. How many laps? Because I think the racetrack's 2.5. So how many laps are you doing?
Well, it's outside because it's going to be 13.1 miles. But the last 2, you do 2 laps around. Sorry, my dog is all over me.
Hey, nice ass on that dog.
It's clean. 2 laps around, because I think it's 1.5. So it's like 3 miles for the
Oh,
last.
it is 1.5. I was thinking of damn Talladega, Atlanta Motor Speedway, 1.5. You're right.
Yeah. And this is the half marathon that was supposed to happen at Thanksgiving, the Publix marathon, I believe. So they moved it and the location and everything. So I'm going.
Way to go. Hey, film some of that and give it to us. Shoot us something, or we'll just rob it off our social media. I just want to see you run.
Yeah, for sure.
I would. No, not weird. I'm not being a pervert. I just want to see her, like, doing it, making it happen.
This is not getting any better. Get out of the hole. That's not making it any better. What am I saying? I'm making it worse.
I don't know, but if I ran with Allie, I would run behind her just because I'm not as fast as her. That's all.
Really?
How's it going?
Are your feet sore? Do you need me to rub them now?
Do you want your toes rubbed? Are you going to run with black toenail polish? Or you're going to put the electric blue on to get nasty around the track?
I always get a pedicure after I run a race. So I'm not going to do anything to my toes before I go. And then I'll get them spiffed up afterwards after they're all beat up.
You're like, here we go. What's your running shoe? I just want to know what you wear.
I wear a Nike Flex.
Okay.
Preferably a 2017 model, but you got to upgrade as they run out on Amazon.
No, I'm with you. I like going to that place where they check your run and they get you the best possible shoe. And I go back and forth. And I learned a long time ago, the ugliest shoe is usually the best running shoe. It's like if you get something cutesy, it's not so perfect. So I'm Nike guy too. My wife's Brooks. She runs every day, but she runs about 3 miles a day. I didn't know about that. I would have put her in that. I didn't know about this. This is really cool. I'll make sure I talk about it on Rock 100.5 too. That's great. Doing a marathon out at Atlanta Motor Speedway next weekend. Far out.
Yeah.
A marathon
yeah,
that
it's
she
going to be
runs
great.
twice.
Well, I just want to thank.
Right.
Yeah. I just want to thank you for being on the Yeah Come On show. Again, I teased you. I had fun with you because you can't be offended. Thank the Lord I'm talking to somebody who cannot be offended, man or woman. It's tough out there. Be nice to one another. And somebody, when she's ready, get Allie Mack back on air in Atlanta, Georgia. Thank you.
Thank you, Steve. It was fun seeing you. I miss hanging out with you.
I know it. What about Brett? You miss him or F it? Brett, it's okay.
Feeling the love tonight, guys.
It's okay, Brett. Okay. All right, special thanks to our sponsors. And this might help you out now that you're back, Allie. Go to circle285.com. If you want to get a quote on your insurance, car, home, rental, you might be paying too much. They put you in touch with the A companies and get you a lower rate. Also, oxygenfinancial.com for all your investment needs. And lastly, if you need to talk to somebody, if it's not going good for you, David Markwell, Ridgeline Counseling. Those are the sponsors of the Yeah Come On show. I'm Southside Steve, Brett Barney, special guest, Allie Mack. Yeah, come on.